welcome to the Rideshare Garage, everybody. It is Wednesday night. We are in the place to be. That is Run DMC University for all of my older Brooklyn in the house, original hip hop fans, right? Tougher than leather. Anyway, we are here tonight. We're hoping everybody's having a good, safe night. If you're in South Florida, you know you just got rained on. Flibs, the boat show is in. But besides all that, let me get around the horn. Welcome everybody, but I'm going to start with Tony. The bearded one has made his return. He has made his return. He is back around. Tony, what's going on? How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, How are you guys?
Well, better now that you're here, bro. Bro.
I'm trying to get things back into the swing of it, get my channel rolling again. I did a little bit of some live streaming before this Rideshare Garage, so we'll see. I'm not going to make any promises or commitments right now, other than I'm going to try to get the ball rolling again.
Listen, Tony, we all know it's not easy. It's not easy, bro. So when you are able to be here on behalf of all of us, and they can tell you if they don't like you or not, but I like you and I want you here at all times, right? I got a special email tonight from Dave Ramsey himself and said, listen, leave Tony alone. He's very good at editing videos with me. So be cool, fool.
Yeah, he didn't copyright me, so that's good.
See, there you go. All right.
Man, that shit fooled the shit out of me, bro. Fuck off.
All right. So we're going to start right under my man, Tony, because Tony's getting ready to pick up. He's going to go mute and then be back and join us. But below Tony, I believe we have Hustlin' Buddha out of Cali, not from the west side. He's from the desert side. What the hell happened to your hair, bro? Did you just wake up?
No. Nah, bro. Nah.
Are you doing like are you getting one of them haircuts like these young guys got where they look like they got a upside down stack of bananas or lettuce on their head and doing that blowout bullshit like that, you know?
Nah, bro.
You know what I'm talking about? Is that what you're doing?
Nah, I never turned into a broccoli, bro. No, I'm good.
Broccoli.
What's going on, Buddha? How's life treating you out there, man?
It's been treating me good. I mean, I'm just chilling. My strategy has been working just fine. I haven't been using Uber as much because Lyft be paying me good. You know, paying me $280 on a single ride. You know, while Uber was for that same ride was only giving me $99. So I'm spending my time where the money's at, and screw everything else. You know, there's no brand loyalty with me, bro.
Hey, Shade, no, we're gonna get into that tonight too. We definitely gonna want to hear about that story. I want to hear about how you making that money, bro. Definitely want to hear how you making that money, especially with that haircut. That haircut is killing me. It's killing me tonight, bro.
Hey,
you need some Diddy juice over there, man, to relax that shit, man. You need
I'll cut it, bro. I'll cut it too.
Nah, you good, man. I ain't sleeping with you. Shit, I don't give a damn. I accept you as you are. Anyway, Nick, my man Nick, me and Nick gonna have it out tonight in a nice way, in a friendly way. He knows it's coming. I know it's coming. Nick and I have been having some lively discussions lately. Nick, how you doing, my brother? How's everything going?
I'm just doing the best I can with the 24 hours that I got.
24 hours, huh? Hours. Oh, hours. Oh, I see what you did there. Hours. I see what you did there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, for a cat.
Yeah. Notice, y'all, he didn't say 7 days a week or a month or weekly vibe. No, he said 24 hours that I have. That's what he said. Okay. What else is going on with you, Nick? How's the car running? How's life treating you? How's the family?
car is treating me well. I'm up to 127,000 miles on this car. No problems.
No problems with it.
No problems at all. Still getting good range. Yeah, I mean, I'm taking long trips, so I'm kind of in a better place. I'm not
Okay.
dealing with a ton of passengers like I normally do. So, yeah, I mean, things are going better. Things are going better.
Good. Good. All right. Let's get over to my man, Mr. Thomas.
What's up?
Tampa Bay Tom. Tampa Bay Tom. He comes in here accounting Tom. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Tom tonight. What's going on, Mr. Thomas? Hey, how are you guys doing since the storm, man?
Everything's back to normal. Gas stations have gas. Everybody got their power back on. So I can't complain. Certain pivots are coming into fruition. And then we on to the next year project, saving for moving. We on for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have you been doing any driving?
Yeah, I did a little bit, not a lot. But I've been monitoring. Over on this side of the state, Lyft and Uber is just throwing money out there like candy. It's like I'm like, why is this surging? It's not even busy. It's not even busy.
Well, we know what the answer is. We can talk about that tonight too. But we know what the answer is. We know what happened.
Yeah,
and it's still happening. And you know what?
Yes.
We that see Stephen
ride that
we
wave.
Gonna have nothing to talk about. Stephen
Ride
was worried
that
about we
wave.
weren't gonna have nothing to talk about. And we got 5 hours worth of content. 5 hours worth of content, and Stephen's gonna lead us off. Stephen, how you doing tonight, my brother? How's everything, man?
Still dying, so that there's that. But yeah, until I just do this.
Did he just do that?
Yeah.
That's what he did, huh? Well,
so my wife got sick, and then I
good.
followed suit behind her. So though I don't blame her. I think some bug came around the school and took me out. So I was out of work, so I wasn't driving, and I took off from work from Friday until like Wednesday. So it is what it is.
Okay. So let's start with what I put up as a title tonight. Because this hit me the other day, and Saturday I did a quick little live about the Rogan Trump deal, and I had put a couple of questions out on that live to everybody. I was hoping we could talk about it a little bit tonight. The first one is, and I know this is a rhetorical question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway because I want to hear what everybody on the panel thinks about it. Is Uber a car service or is it a rideshare service? And do you know the difference between the two? And we'll start with who wants to go first. Okay, Buddha, you're up. Is Uber a car service or is it just a rideshare app?
It's just a technology app. It's not a true rideshare thing. It's not where you call like a chauffeur, like a limo company. It's not a limo company. Ride sharing is almost like what a limo company is, from what I think. But it's just a technology app or a middleman. That's all it is.
So what does the limo company do different than what rideshare drivers are doing?
Just the in-house service of getting a limo or a taxi or not a taxi. I feel like these drivers that do like what we do, we usually don't give them the proper, like, the white glove, the full-on tuxedo look as like a chauffeur does. We're just getting money and bouncing. They are a structured, like, they have certain lines to hit with the customers and the passengers or whatever. We don't care. Well, I don't care. I don't really talk that much on rides. I just take off, get my money, and that's it. You know.
Okay. Tom.
Yes, sir.
Would you consider Uber a car service or just a rideshare tech app?
I consider it as a ride share tech app. I mean, for one, like Buddha was saying, we don't do white glove service. I'm not standing outside the car by the back door to open it to let you in. I'm not doing that. I'm not holding up an umbrella when it's raining and you coming out to the car. Not doing that either. No. Get in the car.
Okay.
I'll take you from A to B. Get out my car. Because for car companies, you have certain requirements. I don't have to have a CDL with a passenger endorsement on my license to do this. I don't have to continuously have to wear a button-up shirt and tie. They're required to do that every day, all day, when it's super hot or when it's bitter cold. Well, whatever that is here in Florida.
Okay.
We don't have to get decals from the city to be able to do pickups at the airport and all that. We don't have to do all of that.
Okay. That's really not that. Okay.
Well, I was just saying, because from Tampa
Airport, this is why I'm asking.
Oh yeah.
This is why I'm asking. I want to know.
Yeah. So, we're not required to have all these decals for certain things to be able to pick up at airport, to be able to have secret entrance clearance to certain arenas to pick up artists and all that other stuff. We don't do none of that. And then also with a car service, when they go in and they go into the event, you still sit outside and wait until they come.
Not all the time, but okay.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right.
It's just a ride share app to me.
Okay. Nick, what's your opinion?
The question is: are we a car service or are we?
Not we. I didn't say we. I didn't say we. I asked about Uber. Is Uber a car service, or is it just a rideshare tech app?
So, of course, I'm gonna kind of follow. I don't mean to be follow the leader, but like, I'm gonna go with how they got away. With all. No, I mean like, I'm gonna go along with what everybody else is saying. Because remember when Uber first started, they were getting beat down by the taxis and they were getting hit with rules and regulations and fines and stuff. And they immediately said, we're not a car service. We're not, they didn't portray themselves as a taxi service. They portrayed themselves as
originally. Well, hold on. Their original name was Uber Taxi.
Yes.
Their original name was Uber Taxi, and they changed it. They had to change it because of regulations. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, once they started getting fined and they were being, they started getting hit with all of those fines and all of those levies and all of that stuff. They then said, you know what? We're no longer a taxi company. We're just an app. And then I look at it from the perspective as me as a driver. Uber doesn't. The only thing Uber facilitates for me is they facilitate the fact that they find the customers for me. They do have insurance on the passengers. They, the $1 million policy, but we still are required. It's our vehicle. We're still required to have insurance. We still take care of our own maintenance. We still take care of pretty much all the services.
I don't want it. Wait. You're getting way out of line here. Keep it to Uber, not the driver. I'm talking about Uber.
I'm saying that it's just adding to my point of Uber's just an app. They're just an app.
Okay, fair enough. Steven, what do you think?
As far as what we do and what classifies us as, because I want to know what is it that classifies us as a chauffeur or a black driver? Is it only getting approval from by a paper? What is the task difference? And to me, it doesn't seem like there is a task difference. We're picking up, we're dropping off. We might have pre-scheduled rides. Now that we're still being classified as independent contractors. There's drivers out there that do open doors for people and do still move around luggage, pets. So what is it exactly that they're providing that takes it and turns it into a completely different thing that needs to be regulated now? Or at least regulated to the extent of your vehicle's now commercial and not just a private car and this and that and the other. So, I mean, just on the service side alone, I don't see a difference.
Okay. Tony, are you back yet? No, Tony's on his ride, right? Yeah, Tony's on his ride. Okay, I still see him muted.
I want to point something out real quick. That guy, Uber's a broker, and that's all it is. It's a booker app. They book us with rides. We take it. We don't take it. It's up to them. I think it's just like a broker app, to be honest.
Okay, well, that's different. So you just changed your answer, Buddha. You just changed your answer. You took it from a rideshare tech app to a broker now. And so Melvin, where did Melvin? Didn't I just have Melvin in here? Oh, there he is.
He popped in. There we go.
All right, Melvin.
Let me help.
The question is Uber a car service or just a rideshare tech app?
It's just a tech app, man. Because they're not. They used to be a car service, but not anymore.
Why is it not anymore?
Well, because once they stop basically caring about the drivers and all that. You remember it was different when Calendar was around.
That's got nothing to do with the question. The question is Uber a legit car service or are they just a rideshare tech app?
Rideshare tech app, they just really just like any other traveling apps. They just arrange us with the passenger. But we do everything.
Okay. So
SB Rides, I'm going to argue with you on your point. You're at least for the laws here, you can't pick up flagging customers even if you have a business. They are supposed to communicate with you beforehand and schedule a ride, either through your website, through your phone, whatever. You are not supposed to pick up somebody off the side of the street just because they flag you. I know you're probably talking about taxis here, but I'm talking about if you're a chauffeur.
Okay, so this is my opinion, and we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Uber still is a car service. The original intent of Uber was to create a car service that you could use your phone to hail instead of having to make a phone call. It was the whole premise was as simple as I want to pick up my phone, order a black car. Because if you guys remember,
used to be a black car service.
That's all it was on Uber was black cars.
Yep.
It wasn't until Lyft came along with their bullshit pink mustache that ruined the entire industry. And that's right, I said it. Lyft ruined the entire fucking industry with that fucking bullshit Dollar General goddamn ride bullshit. Okay, anyway. And if David Richard don't like it, I can't help him. That's the truth. Now,
David Richard, I disagree with that.
Wait. Can I before you I'm talking here.
Kamala. I'm speaking.
Excuse me. I'm speaking. I'm speaking here.
When Trump did that shit at the thing, oh my god, bro, that shit had me.
No, don't get off topic. Fuck that. Let's go.
No.
Nah,
He
I forgot
pulled
what I
up
was
in a
gonna say.
garbage truck after the fight.
Oh, that today. Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
that
talk
was
about
dope.
that later.
That was
Don't
funny,
do it,
though.
Buddha. Don't do it, Buddha. We'll talk about that later.
Later, not now.
When Lyft came around, all of a sudden Uber had to, in order to compete in the market, because Kalanick was so damn aggressive, right? He had to create X. They had to create X, the cheap platform. But what changed? Just the cars. The car type is the only thing that's changed since the iteration of Uber. It's still
Okay.
a point A to point B car service where we go to them to pick them up. They don't meet us on the corner. They don't meet us down the street. We go to them and we wait for them to bring their asses out and get in the car. If you're a smart driver, you get your ass out and you put the luggage in so they don't damage your car. But granted, that's optional. That I will give you is the only difference. Is that the driver might not get out and open the door. But if you've ever done Lux Black when it paid damn good, or if you've ever done Premier SUV when he used to pay damn good, you got your ass out that car, you open them damn doors because you was getting paid, bro.
Yeah, you have Uber Select.
Paid. Right?
Yeah, I still
You was getting
open.
paid.
I still do that stuff.
So I always
out
get
of
out
habit.
and put the luggage in my trunk. I always put
Yeah.
the luggage in. I don't ever let nobody put nothing
Yeah.
in my car.
That
Even
I
this
do.
car, that the lease, nothing.
Yeah.
No, you're not damaging my car. Fuck that.
Right.
Plus,
Mhm.
you know, it's the right thing to do. And I'm working the tip. You know what I'm saying? I'm always working for
Yep.
that tip.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, in my opinion, I'd like to hear what everybody what else is going on in the chat. When, in my opinion, when you really break it down, it's a car service, regardless of who's paying for the insurance. You like Nick started to say, you still have to pay your own insurance. The commercial insurance doesn't get reused just because, you know, that goes back to profit to the apps when you don't have an accident, right? That gets used to pay off the $2 million Lyft just got banged out, right, with the FTC or whatever it was for lying about drivers' earnings. That's where the commercial insurance goes to. But I think it's still a car service. And my point to this question is, and I'd like to hear about this from the panel as well. My point to this is this, simply. Why the hell do drivers think they're less than? Why do drivers not understand that this is a goddamn car service and we should be respected for what we do? Why is it an embarrassment to tell somebody, man, I'm an Uber driver?
Oh my God. Wait
They
a
have
minute.
got us to the point. Wait. They have got us to the point. These apps have beaten us down to the point where we feel like we're less than a fucking driver. We're less than human. And I don't understand it. So I'm hoping people start to understand that this is a car service. And if they start acting like such, maybe we can regain some of that respect. So go ahead. I want to hear y'all go around the horn. I want to hear what everybody's got to think about that.
I was talking about this. I don't know where. Was it with you guys in the radio or in the Discord? But I know I had a conversation about this. How
Buddha,
other people.
you never get on the radio.
Excuse my point,
My
but I'm just saying the same thing. I said it to somebody in the Discord, I think, where how come you tell somebody, "Oh, I'm an Uber driver," they belittle you like you're shit on the piece of side of the porta potty. Like, I'm still doing a job. I'm still making money. Fuck, man, I don't want to get into this topic. I don't want to get to that. I don't
Yeah,
want to
you
get into
do.
this topic. No,
Yes,
We can
you
have
do.
Let's do it.
I'ma
Let's do
tell
it.
you.
That's why
Yeah.
we're in the garage.
See, I'm
Do
gonna
it.
tell you how this became about. When I started, it was still more of a I'm not for sure. I'm comfortable with letting other people in my car. That's how it started off. Now you start working, things start changing. You start getting new furniture. You got that extra money to get the car fixed. You get your windows tinted. You're buying new tires for your car. You get new brakes put on your car. Now the flat screen TVs are coming in the house. Now everybody was like, Oh, you making money with that? Oh, okay. Now everybody was considering it because at one point, hey, dudes were buying Benzes. They were buying these high price cars because at the time, the money they were making was unheard of. So it was only fans for drivers. Period.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
But Thomas, all you're doing right now is changing your own mind and
Right.
pointing right back to what I feel that it's a goddamn car service. Because if you remember when I first started, you had all of these people, man. You ain't lying. There were the 300s were out, the Lincolns were out, the Caddies were out. Why would you buy? Here you go. Let me ask the panel this: why would you buy an Escalade when a Suburban does the same job?
Right.
Like seriously, why buy an Escalade at twice the price when a Suburban will do the damn get you paid the same?
A Wagoneer 3 times the price.
You know why?
Wagoneer, $100,000 truck, man.
Hey, that Wagoneer's nice. Look,
yeah,
look,
that's way too much money. That car ain't never been
trust and
worth
believe. I
that
would.
But you understand my point?
Yeah, I'd be in a Suburban. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
just
think
saying,
that if people would probably make us feel less judged when they ask what we do besides this, and we tell them this is what we do. If the other drivers weren't just so raggedy, like there's just so many crappy drivers here. In Denver, I get a lot of people are like, oh, thank goodness I can actually talk to you because you speak English.
Yep, I get that. I get that a lot.
I get that over here too.
I get that a lot.
So and then people's cars are just trashy, and it's not like it was when we first started doing this, where people took care of their cars. And so I think that perception in the past versus now is even more so, because like people are just getting into these rides and they're like, man, this is worse than why I left the taxis,
Well,
it sounds like what you're saying is because there was a standard.
Yeah.
No, there was no. Well, you got paid. You used to get paid. That's the standard.
I think the standard of drivers has gone down because we don't get paid like we did. And there's a lot more saturation, and they let so many people on. Like if we had in all the markets what I think Massachusetts has, where in order to do rideshare, you actually have to get a real background check and some fingerprints.
Yeah. And
I think that would raise the quality of drivers, lower the amount of demand, supply demand, so that we can actually make some money, and the people are going to be a lot more safe because we're all background checked. That doesn't fix everything with a background check, but it does eliminate a lot of risk, I think.
And
somebody mentioned. Go ahead, Tom.
I was about to say that was the thing that was going on here in Tampa when there were another company that was going to try to come in and compete with Uber and Lyft. And a lot of people were saying, well, I don't feel safe, or I don't know these people. They should be able to get background checks, because they were getting a lot of people driving, didn't speak English, barely knew where to go. All they did was follow the map. Wherever the map had told you, that's how they drove. And when people were complaining, and then they actually put it up to vote, where if they wanted people to be fingerprinted, because I said it, if they would have let the drivers be fingerprinted, it'll wipe all these regular drivers that was out here just doing it just off the fly. It'll wipe them completely out. It'd have been the cream of the crop that would have been on the top, and we'd have stayed there. And what they do, they voted against it. They felt it was unconstitutional. Yeah, it was.
No, it had nothing to do with Constitution.
Yeah,
no,
it had nothing.
Blame the devil, tell the truth, bro. It was
Yeah,
all about who got paid off to shut the fuck up and go
well,
away.
yeah, because they felt it was unconstitutional because it was like, oh, you shouldn't
No.
discriminate
Paid off.
for how you should work for someone who's willing to work. Yeah, so so
They got paid
somebody got
off.
their pockets greased.
Call it what it is. They got paid off.
Somebody got their pockets greased.
Yeah,
They got
because
paid off.
taxis still have to fingerprint, so
Yeah,
like what? It's
yeah,
just
that
beyond me
never
why
changed.
it's why they're allowed to say that Uber and Lyft
It
are
was
able to
this.
be vetted
This
drivers
did
when
it.
they just pencil whip that background check. Anybody can pass it.
But I mean, even in that, like we all remember, the taxi cabs used to look horrible. I mean, these are the drivers that were certified, had the licenses and all of that stuff. But when you got in a taxi cab, it was dirty as hell. It was like,
Nick, do you know what? Have you ever gone to get your hack license? Do you know what qualifications you need for a hack license? I hate to tell y'all this. Well, actually, I might enjoy telling y'all this.
Yeah, come on.
I might, in Broward County, all you need for your hack license, they're going to ask you about 3 landmarks. So you got a regular background check. I'm dead serious. You got a regular background check. Same shit you go through with Uber now, right? And then they're going to ask you about name 3 landmarks. How do you get to City of Fort Lauderdale City Hall? Well, you go down Broward Boulevard, make the turn on Andrews, is right there. How do you get to Fort Lauderdale Airport? 95 South, 95 North, 595 East. Okay, you're good to go. They ain't even asking the third. That's it. And you pay your $50, you got your hack license.
Yeah.
So when people sit here and say taxi cab drivers have all these licenses and permits, they're full of shit. They don't know how simple the procedure is. Nick, you and I can go down there right there, Broward University tomorrow morning. I'll meet you there at 8 a.m. We go get our hack licenses. You and I can both drive for the taxi
at least
cab. We can be driving for Hippies Tab service in the morning.
Right.
In Colorado, they have to have their fingerprints put into the system. I don't know about.
Well,
other
your
states.
fingerprints there, yeah, that's part of the background check.
And that's the thing I'm talking about. Is I'm not saying that anything besides that would make a huge filter in Colorado.
Oh,
That
you
would
wiped out
eliminate
all the immigrants by far.
not necessarily
Well,
because they're into taxi cabs and everything. If they've got Colorado will give anybody permission, I guess, but they still have to put their fingerprints in.
Wow.
So this is my point, and we kind of all like touched on it. I still think, in my opinion, there's a big misconception. I still think people think it's just some bullshit app. And Uber has done one hell of a campaign at convincing not only drivers, but riders in the general public that all it is just an app. The tech is the app. When I still feel it was born a car service and it's still a car service. If it wasn't a car service, then it'd be a bus service. It'd be a jitney. There's that word jit, Buddha. It'd be a jitney. If y'all don't know what a jitney is a little passenger bus that runs up and down a street, right? And you pay 50 cents or $1 to catch the jitney to your next stop, or you catch the Metro bus. But we don't do that.
Right.
We do the exact same job that a limo does. We do the exact same job that a shuttle bus does. We do the exact same job that a limo driver does. The only difference is we're not in a suit and tie. But the service is still the service. That's my opinion on it. So I wanted to stand on that, and you guys brought up the whole, and this will lead us into our next topic. You guys brought up the whole. All of a sudden, you're seeing surge in your markets, right? You're seeing surge when all surge is practically gone, right? Does everybody know why that's happening? We've talked about it last week a little bit.
Yeah.
Seems like it ain't as many drivers on that road as it was like 3 weeks ago. The only reason surge goes up is because demand is there, but supply is down. It's the only reason. I got a message today from Mario Mateo. Y'all know Mario.
Yes.
Right?
Mario.
I sent him. He's out working tonight. Yeah, I sent him the link. Hopefully he can join us, but he's out working. He sent me a message today. It was a $7.75 ride with multiple stops on Comfort. The trip was like 30 minutes long. Okay, on Comfort. And what I said to him was, hold on, I want to say make sure I say it right. Okay. It was a 10-minute pickup, 24-minute trip, multiple stops for $7.75 Comfort. Okay. I said to him, and it was down there, it was Coconut Grove. I said to him, that's because all the drivers are on Comfort, ain't nobody on X. He says, well, Comfort's paying less than X. Yes, because there ain't enough cars on X. Yesterday, I don't know if Nick remembers, when I went up into Boca, I got 3 X ride requests that were at least 10 minutes away from where I was. And I wasn't in one of them. I wasn't in Egypt. I wasn't out in BFE. There's just no drivers. So that's why you're seeing the surge. So go ahead, round the horn. Why do you think Steven? Well, Steven didn't work this week. He's sick. Not Nick. Why do you think we're seeing so much surge all of a sudden?
Because it's almost Christmas. No, I'm just kidding. Uber's trying to give us something back. You know, they're giving us a bonus of surge. I mean, we all know.
Hell no. Oh, no. Hell no. Hell no.
Wow.
No, he didn't say that shit. Hell no. He got thrown out, man. You can go drive, bro. You can go drive, dog. You out of here for the night. I might not let you back in. I might not let you back in with that bullshit.
Right.
I love you to death, but I can't let you back. You're at least 30 seconds, bro. You're at least 30 seconds. Shit to me.
Well, for me, I was thinking, I was like, oh, they must be trying to make the books look good for the fourth quarter and for quarter end for the year. So that's what I was thinking.
If they were making the books look good, why would they spend more money?
Yeah. Well, you want to show that, hey, we still making what they were saying, 10 million rides a month.
Yeah, he's out too. Got to put him in timeout for a minute too. He's trying to say Uber's doing something good for the drivers, and nope. Anybody else want to try Melvin? Have you been seeing more surge than normal in your area?
Only at a certain amount of times, but honestly, I think maybe they just don't want to. They don't want to get caught in what Lyft just got caught in that lawsuit. Maybe they just trying to.
I didn't think about that one.
Maybe they're just trying to show like, hey, we're really paying these drivers, which we all know that they're not. But
right.
Yeah,
I think they're just putting surge on my map in strategic places where they know that I'll be, but just far enough that if I'd be enticed to go over there, and then they'll take it away.
Yep.
Yeah,
Abracadabra.
Uber is absolutely. They are the best at that shit, boy. They're like, here you go. No, you don't. You almost had it. You almost had it. Yeah, good for that shit.
Now let's put it
Antonio
behind
says, huh? Yeah, right.
I was
Buddha. Well,
What's
you and
up?
Steven say that you and Steven say Uber sucks out there, and it's all about Lyft right now.
Show the
So
receipts.
talk to us about it.
The reason why I feel like Uber's is slowly dying out is, and I talked to other drivers about this, that Uber just sucks on the pay, bro. Like,
Tell us how you really feel, Buddha.
it's because Lyft usually
Let it all out, Buddha.
Shut up, bro. It's because Lyft is now paying you if the ride goes up 5 more minutes, or if you go right into the boonies, they actually pay you extra for that. Uber doesn't care. A ride will take it'll tell you $30 for 40 minutes. It goes 2 hours, you're still getting paid whatever it is. You're not getting an adjustment. Lyft adjusted my ride by $50 more than what I was supposed to get paid on my upfront fare. And I'm not. This is not dick riding either app. I'm just saying.
How much longer did you stay in the car,
bro?
Like
you riding it, Buddha. You riding with it right now, baby.
And like 30 more minutes more on the ride. They paid me an extra $50. But this is the thing, though. I'd rather wait for a Lyft ride than an Uber ride because I know a Lyft ride, even if I take it into the city, right, and I know there's gonna be traffic, I know I'm gonna get paid extra on that ride
Man,
versus doing an Uber ride. Uber
well, I
sucks
guess
on the short trips and the long trips. Everybody knows that. Off me, I take a lot of long rides. That's my bread and butter to make 400-500 a day, right? And it's no point of doing Uber, bro. Uber has been a fat zero on the weeks for zero. Just Lyft,
Okay.
and that's it.
well,
All
I
right.
guess it's over
Steven.
in California. I guess because I mean, I
Well,
don't see
Steven
Lyft
says
over
he's
here at
seeing it
all.
too. Steven, you want to talk to us about how Lyft? Are you riding Rideshare too?
So I mainly see, like, yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. But no, Uber's rides have just been abysmal. I mean, I've shown you the screenshots. Like, getting plenty of rides where it's a $7 trip, and the $7 is going to take. Okay, I got 20 minutes to go to drop the person off and a 10-minute pickup or some kind of nonsense like that. It's like, I'm not going to waste my time on Uber when Lyft is offering me between, $25 to $30 an hour rate rides. And I'm talking about X rides because I know I had some people asking me. Lyft rides are showing up at better rates consistently compared to Uber. Now, when is that going to change? I don't know. But this has been going on for at least a couple of months.
I don't know, bro. I just feel like Lyft has been paying more. Uber will pay more depending, but even at events, I was at an event and I didn't even look at the Uber app because they're showing me $3, $4 rides with surge on top of it. How? But I
I
mean,
can't
to
even
each
tell you the
their
last time
own.
I worked an
The
event.
rare times Uber's rides are paying is either I'm going to have to go all the way to Ventura County in order to get away from LA. And I can't see the rides up front detail, so I get better rates there. Or wait till the nighttime, and hopefully, you'll get rides that pay much better, either because there's less traffic, or for whatever reason they're increasing the rates because they're not getting enough drivers at night.
So what's the chances that maybe perhaps Lyft is making these changes because they've gotten so low in driver payouts that now they have to pay a little more because they can't get anybody worked on their app. So like I'm looking at San Francisco driver, he's saying he's got nothing but problems with Lyft up there in San Fran. But like down in you guys' market where you and Buddha are, you guys are singing all the praises.
It's all because Mark. I think Nick says it, and Pascal say, "Oh, well, it's all market dependent. In your market, it might be this, or your market is that." There's a certain part of LA and a certain part of all over the Southern California market where Lyft is more dominant than Uber, and Uber is more dominant in these areas. Like Uber downtown LA, way better. Lyft is trash in downtown LA. It all depends on where you're at and how you position yourself with the apps.
Well, I've
You
always
know,
said that Uber was always going to be dominant, and
I
they
don't
always
entirely.
will be dominant. They always will be dominant in tourist areas, high tourist areas, Miami, New York City, L.A., places like that, where a lot of tourists come in from international. They don't know what the hell Lyft is. They got no clue what Lyft is, but they know what Uber is. So Uber will always dominate those markets, no matter what.
I have more
So
people visiting, going to places like Universal Studios, Santa Monica, down south towards was it San Diego, that are taking these Lyft rides rather than Uber. I mean, the Uber rides pop up. I'm seeing mostly local rides when it comes to Uber, and most of these local rides are not paying. So it's like a lot of the time, it's like, why do I even have this app on?
yeah. There's sometimes where I even, you know what, here and there I'll pick up an Uber ride, right? That's for the fuck of it. Shits and giggles. Even though it's paying bad, I'm gonna just take it. The passenger tells me,
I don't even get
"Sir,
those during the week.
bro, my passenger would be like, 'Hey, sir, I seen a few drivers around my area, and it took me an hour and a half to get this ride. I was like, want me to like tell you straight up or what? And they're like, yeah, cause it's bullshit. I could have got a Lyft ride by now. And I was like, yeah, cause these Uber pings are not paying us shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. And you're only going down the street. It's not your fault. It's that we get taxed 50% because of commercial insurance on that. So whatever you
Well,
pay,
that's a part of doing business, though. Like insurance
50
is insurance. You can't get away
50%.
from it.
Oh,
Well, I mean, Buddha, everybody, let me ask you a question. Here we go. Sergio, I have a question for you. Sergio? And Antonio's question is for you, brother. Is Uber too big to fail?
Yes. Yes.
There it is.
I would agree with that. There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
A lot of people want to be private car service, right? They want to negotiate prices. They want to do private trips, right? But if you guys had to sit there, and we've had this conversation before, if you guys had to sit there and pay for your own commercial insurance, 90% of you people would never take a private ride again. You wouldn't do it. Now, I'm not defending Uber and the bullshit money they keep taking from you. That's not what I'm doing here. But what I'm saying is there's a cost to doing business. There's always a cost to doing business. So keep that in mind when you guys, my thing is, this is my thing with the commercial insurance. If I've done 100 rides and you've charged me $9 a ride, that's $900. The next month when I do 100 rides should be that same $900 because I didn't cost you a fucking dime.
Well, but I'd argue with you on
rides.
that, Benny, because I've said I've been willing to pay my own personal commercial insurance.
Then you're in business for yourself.
The only reason, so they have the benefit of being able to take vehicles that are not commercial vehicles and use them in a commercial capacity with this TNC nonsense. I can't do that.
Again, is it a car service or is it just a tech app? So they're performing all the duties of a car service, but they paid off enough people that say, oh, it's just a TNC, it's just a tech app. They're a middleman is what they are, but it's still a car service is what they're offering.
Our car service that broke the rules long enough to make them legal.
So then let me ask you a question. So Stephen, let me ask you a question then. Why have you not gone and got your own commercial insurance yet?
Because again, the TNC has the advantage of using a regular vehicle as a commercial vehicle. I can't.
That's not the question.
For me to operate, I would have to go and have my vehicle registered commercially. I can't even buy it on a personal loan. But I buy the car on a personal loan, and on the TNC service, I can use it and operate it as a commercial vehicle.
Well, you're just rules. You're a victim of shitty laws.
I'm not saying I'm a victim. I'm saying I'm just simply saying
you're a victim of shitty laws. You're a victim of shitty laws. You ain't got to say it. I'll say
it's hypocritical. Yeah. It's hypocritical. To me, that's all I'm saying. It's hypocritical. But yes.
Okay, so like here in Broward County, Dade County, Palm Beach County, I'm sure it's the same way in Tampa, all the major cities, right? In order for you to become a what they call, there's two types of private car services down here. There's executive car, which would be like a sedan, whatever the sedan is. Anything less than 8 people that does not have a partition is considered an executive vehicle. In order to become an executive car service, right, you got to hope somebody dies because it's all limited. It's a ratio of how many permits are issued based on the total amount of per capita. Basically
right.
So there's approximately 400 executive car permits here in Broward County. Approximately. Of those 400, you might have family A1 family limo service, which is a legitimate company here. He might have 200 of them, and he's holding them bitches ransom. So nobody else.
It's very similar to the taxis and the medallions.
That's exactly what happens, right? Mears Taxi Cab lobbied the shit out of everybody in Orlando. That's why you don't have Premier, and that's why you don't have Lux Black anymore in Orlando, because they done hog that up. So my point is everybody wants to be a private car service, but it's very difficult to get into that business. But if you are going to do private car services, then you should get into that business and go get the commercial insurance. That's my whole point. That's my whole point to that. Because at the end of the day,
this is
you're
where
a car service.
But
at the end of
this
the day,
is where
you're
I
a
say
car
where
service.
you said this is, but that's why I say the rules, the system that they have for it is hypocritical, because you're gonna sit there on one end and say that this company that's not that register, they made a system where you don't have a commercial vehicle and you're able to use it commercially, but then you're limiting any individual to be able to do the same, or be able to get commercial coverage on your vehicle and be able to operate as a commercial service vehicle. You completely have that locked off to you unless you go and go register your vehicle commercially. At least in my market, I know that's not how every market works.
Sergio's out there knocking out. He got his melatonin gummies.
Wow.
What did you say?
Sergio, how you doing tonight, brother? How's
Look,
everything
watch
with you?
Sergio cook. It's gonna become Buddha night.
I was trying to see Sergio at that event with the Lyft guy, and bro, Pablo, you know Pablo, right? Pablo's a celebrity at the LAX lot, bro. Sheesh.
You mean he's got
But-
Nick beat?
Bro, dude, I was trying to see because a lot of these drivers on Facebook, like, oh yeah, oh that guy, we're gonna do something to the guy and give us a piece of our mind. But yet Sergio's on live stream showing that everybody's right there getting all the free shit. Like
Well, that'll always go back to drivers don't respect themselves enough that they're more than just a fucking driver. And until drivers can do that, we're always going to keep playing the same game. They got you over a barrel. Hey, Sergio, question of the first question of the night was, and we'll get your opinion on this. Is Uber a car service or just a rideshare tech app? When you think about Uber, I didn't say the drivers, I said Uber. Are they a car service or are they a tech app?
An illegal cab company with an app.
Thank you.
He just went. We didn't see that one coming.
Better.
He went right down the middle.
Yep.
You know what? He's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I am
That's
originally from New York, so I have no time for bullshit. I call it the way I see it.
Well-
I've been saying that for the last 8 years, so that's it.
Well, so there you
Look,
go.
man,
All right.
They broke every single local, city, state, federal law. to get here.
Yep.
And in that order, by the way. And they're an unregulated industry in a regulated industry. So, yeah, that's my answer. Illegal cab company, not illegal. What do you call those? Pirate cab company with an app.
Pirate cab company. There you go. So that comes back to, and then when Antonio asked the question, but is Uber too big to fail?
Yes.
And they've got their tentacles into so much shit now between
100%.
medical rides, senior citizen centers, auto dealerships, car dealerships.
Because of
Freight,
these
food.
rates, yeah, there's certain things that just will no longer get done or be way outside the price range for these things to get done without Uber or Lyft. I mean, how many times have you heard people say that they'd rather call an Uber and Lyft than call an ambulance?
Yeah,
When Uber and Lyft drivers, get up in arms and do all these strikes and things, and then Uber says we're going to leave, right? And then they never do. But if you guys notice, more riders come to Uber's rescue than anybody else, right? Our riders go, oh, we're going to be stranded, or I need the service and this and that, and there's no shortage of riders coming forward defending Uber and Lyft. And as long as that happens, and as we know, riders outnumber drivers by 50x in the US. So there's, let's say, 160 million consumers on Uber's platform, and there's 3 million drivers. That's, what is that, 50x, 55x? and the politicians are going to listen to the riders, which are, you know, to come forward and defend Uber. So yeah, that's what
Okay.
happened.
That's awesome. I'm glad you said that, because that brings me into my next question for the night.
Okay.
Okay. Who do you think the apps want to see sitting at the Resolute desk next week? Steven, I'm going to start with you. Who do you think
Resolute.
the apps want to win the White House?
Look at
Democrats or
look at his
Republicans? I'm not even going to mention names. I'm just going to say by the party.
Look at his shirt.
Go ahead, Steven.
Democrats.
Do you, and why do you think that?
It's beneficial. It's a symbiotic relationship between them. So if you want to be able to maintain drivers, if you're not serious about actually holding people that aren't supposed to be driving accountable, and you're just going to flood the market with individuals that shouldn't be driving, then it's a disadvantage. It's a disadvantage to get rid of either side. If you have somebody that's going to come in and regulate, then that's a problem. That's a problem for the TNC, and then that's going to be a problem for a lot of people that want to drive. So I see it as an option, an opportunity for Democrats to keep hold in areas and keep a stranglehold on the passengers.
Okay. Nick is below you. Is Nick there? Did he go away? Is he still with us? He must be on a ride or something. Tom, what do you think?
Oh boy. That's a real good question, because if I'm thinking corporate and they could get more tax cuts to do more things, they want a Republican.
Or you get more tax money.
Yeah, they want a Republican in office. Because if they could get someone that's business minded and understand them in their shoes, yeah, that's what they'll want. They'll want a guy that's like, because it's always different. When you're a regular employee, you can't understand the issues and the strife of a boss or an owner. Mm-hmm. You never understand it. Y'all on two different pages. But if you get someone that's in office that can work with you, who understands what these business owners and these corporations go through, yeah, they're gonna want someone. Because what's gonna happen is, if, let's say, someone else gets in, now you want to do this tax the rich. I can run outside the country and ship all my stuff over, and I won't even have to pay as much.
But you're already doing that inside the country.
Okay. All right. Melvin, what do you think, buddy? And listen, there ain't no judgment here. There's absolutely no judgment here. We're just try to, that's why I'm keeping it Dems or Republicans. I'm not saying no specific names, because there's a lot more than just the president on the ballot.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think, Mel?
Bro, they want the Democrats in there, because if you already know who. Last name is West.
Okay. Yep, he did. That's it. He said that's it. That's all. Brother-in-law. That's all we talking about. Brother-in-law.
The brother-in-law. And not only that, if they want to continue having these illegal accounts, that's who they want.
Okay. That's fair. Buddha.
¿Qué pasa?
Oye, man.
Look, man, I don't know, man. You got me on this one, bro. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Now,
that's no, that's me on some honest shit, bro. I wouldn't know. I don't know.
That's okay too.
I'm a young one in this industry, bro. So I don't really care about the politicking, but I don't beats me, bro. I don't know.
Okay. Sergio. What do you think, buddy?
Republicans. Oh, you guys want why?
Interesting.
Okay. Republicans because all the VC bros. There's a lot more actually happening on the FTC front when it comes to these companies. And Republicans because Republicans do not like Lena Khan. And VC bros don't like Lena Khan. They're definitely going to get rid of her if the Republicans win. I personally happen to think Lena Khan has done a lot of good. And FTC, whatever is in the fireworks at the FTC is going to be put on hold and if not eliminated altogether. And that's why I think it's Republicans.
So just so people know, FTC is Federal Trade Commission, correct?
Oh, sorry, yeah, Federal Trade Commission, the three-letter agency. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So regulation, you see now, is Tony back yet? No, Tony and Nick are
No,
still
not as
driving.
FTC. By the way, FTC not as far as regulation is concerned. FTC, as far as with as much as I can say, FTC
Right.
with the continuation of what happened last week with Lyft.
Okay. So they figure Republicans will put it on hold and they'll be able to skirt some of those fines that are coming their way, basically.
Besides the fines, just kill it, kill everything, pretty much.
Okay. I think they want Democrats because they're able to get away in these major cities and get these Prop 22s and Prop 32s and all of that shit that they've been getting away with, Minnesota, Seattle, these heavily blue cities. But they also say they want Democrats because they know that the Democrats will promise them the world and do nothing. I've seen that several times in the chat. So I'm repeating that. I agree with that. But at the same time, I agree with Thomas. I think they don't mind Republicans either. Because with Republicans, they're going to get deregulation. With Republicans, they're going to get tax breaks. So I think it's a mix of what is more important to them in the immediate future, not the long-term future, because I don't think either of these companies, and I know, Sergio, you said it, you probably have a better understanding. While I think they have a chalkboard with 3 years and 5 years down the line, I think their importance is the next 12 months. Because I just feel that way, especially with Lyft. I think, they're that's just the way I feel about it. Okay. I'm going to open the floor up to everybody else now. We are into hour one. We have done the show. Listen, y'all get the likes up out there. Hit up your favorite driver. Let them know that you like them. If you don't like them, I know I've already got 2 thumbs down. My same 2 thumbs down people I get every video, every live stream. I still love you though, bruh. I know it's somebody I know.
I think no matter what,
Tony.
no matter who is elected, they have their fingers in the right places where they can pull the right strings, no matter who's in office. So I don't think it matters either way to them, as much as they just need to know so they can know who they need to go to.
Yep.
Is Uber and Lyft any different than any other American corporation? To be honest with you, right?
Nope.
Look at Boeing. Look at all these things. They get away with murder anyway. So, I don't think it makes any difference to the company.
I mean, when Boeing first got started, it was engineers running the company. Boeing didn't go to shit until the bean counters got in there.
Well, yeah.
So are we saying that Uber and Lyft, now that they got bean counters running their companies, they're going to shit too?
Well, no, they're not going to shit, but they have. Yes, if you guys noticed that, I think it kind of went unnoticed. A couple of weeks ago, Uber had a massive executive shakeup, which a lot of people were not even talking about. The head of, actually the guy that runs the company day to day, the head of the product group or product engineering group, the Indian dude, I forgot his name, but anyway, he left the company, and I'm told with very high confidence that he was pushed out. And so, and then he was replaced by Sachin, who I've interviewed actually, and then another coder or top level engineer, and his junior actually left the company to go to DoorDash as head of product engineering. So they had a massive shakeup. So things are happening at Uber. Important. I mean, that's an important thing. Like the guy was head of product engineering, head of the. By the way, out of 33,000, Uber has only 6,000 coders. 33,000 do something else. 27,000 do something else. And
Okay.
6,000 coders are writing all this code for everything, right? So the head of that group left, and he was pushed out. So we'll see. I mean, look, man, I am not a huge fan of these companies, obviously, and Uber has got to do what Uber does, just like any other corporation, which is good for their shareholders. And Uber is $160 billion company. So when somebody asks, "Is it too big to fail?" Yeah, they are too big to fail. And
but why are they too big to fail? It's not because of the money.
No, it's not because of the money, because they have become integral part of everyday life in the U.S. and around the globe for millions and millions of millions of people. And we do, as you guys know, we do have a too big to fail syndrome in this country.
Yep.
If we were to do that, we should have cleaned house in 2008 during GFC.
100%.
Banks go under, right? I mean,
100%.
I don't want to obviously plug anything here, but
you can plug it.
No. I talk on my channel quite a bit about my finance channel about all these issues, and I interviewed this guy last week. His name is Sonny. He's an engineer too, a software engineer, and we were talking about the Fed cannot allow anybody to go broke. Specifically, they cannot allow the markets to go down. They cannot allow any of this. It's just not going to be allowed. And that started in 2008. And the reason they cannot allow is because half the tax receipts that are received in this country are from capital gains. Let it be on whatever asset class you want to talk about, right? Stocks and real estate, Bitcoin not that much, but gold or whatever, right? So half the revenue of the IRS comes from capital gains. If that goes down, and 80% of people's 401ks are in stocks, so the Fed cannot allow that to happen, but on the other hand, they gaslight and they debase the currency, and your $100 worth shit after 7 years because there is 10% inflation in this country. And the interview that I did with this guy was a brilliant man of how he is fighting debasing of the currency and the dollar going into toilet bowls. And
so either way, the people suffer.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. And the average American, without knowing, is losing 6 to 8% of their dollar's value every single year, as much as the government may gaslight and say inflation is only 2%. It's not.
Nope.
Realize that, people. But that wasn't that. The point is what this guy is doing, how he's protecting himself. He's a junior version of Michael Saylor at MicroStrategy with Bitcoin.
Okay. And, I know Michael Saylor.
Go watch that interview. It's all of you can do it, but then there's caveats of how it could be done or what could be done. But this guy came up with this brilliant way of protecting himself from debasing of the currency. Anyway, so but that's why the Fed cannot allow any of this to go to shit. We just can't. Right? And,
well, at some point, yeah, but Sergio, and I'm sure you would agree, I'm sure everybody on the panel would agree. At some point, everything comes to a head. There's a fulcrum. There's a point where the scales can no longer balance.
Well, that's going to
Now-
happen. That's going to happen with our national debt, and that's
That's
what's
going to happen
come.
sooner than later.
That's going to happen soon. Not soon. Not maybe not my lifetime, but definitely my kid's lifetime. And you know, we can't keep printing to prosperity. We just can't do it. And every dollar that we borrow and print on, we're getting about 53 cents on the dollar in economic productivity and growth. When we first started it in 1970s, when we got rid of the gold standard, okay, I don't want to make a finance class out of this, but you guys need to understand this. When we first got rid of the gold standard, where every dollar was backed by gold, and went into the borrowing mode with Reagan, which started with that, deregulation and borrowing. Initially, those days, actually borrowing money, adding to the national debt worked because we were getting close to 4-to-1 productivity and GDP growth on our each single dollar borrowed. For the last 3 years, each single dollar we borrow, 3 years ago was 73 cents. Last year was 64 cents. This year is 56 cents. So all this borrowing is not adding to the GDP that it does, and you can't keep borrowing to, printing to prosperity. And that's why every $100 you guys have in your pockets, literally every 10 to 12 years is zero, worth zero. So you guys need to figure that out. And you guys can talk about all rideshare, but these are all unimportant issues. You guys need to figure out your financial house in order, as opposed to what Uber and Lyft are doing. Fuck Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft are unimportant. Uber and Lyft is your cash flow. Yeah, but I mean, that's your cash flow.
That's cash flow, exactly. Yeah, well, we all say that, but we all got the app on our phone.
Absolutely.
We all depend on it. Well, most of us depend on it one way or another.
No,
So
I'm not
while we're
saying
in
that. What I'm saying is it's fine to do Uber and Lyft, but what you're doing with the money you're getting out of that is
Well, that's a whole nother ballgame. Right. That's another ballgame.
Of course, we're all doing it for cash flow. Like, I'm going to go drive tomorrow. If I see a $20 surge in my house, shit, I'm addicted. I'm going to go take a trip, $5 trip, make it 25. But
who's going to get that $20 crack?
Hell yeah.
exactly. We're all addicted to it. But look, money is always good. But what people are doing with that cash flow that's coming in, are they saving? Are they investing? Are they trying to create some sort of passive income with that is the important part, which I think not too many rideshare drivers are doing. They're living month to month, week to week, month to month.
Sergio, you're preaching to the choir. That's why we've been preaching pivots for the last 18 months.
Yeah, but pivot. What is the pivot? What's the pivot, though?
Pivot is whatever it is to get your ass out of this.
Yeah,
get you onto your own, doing your own thing. Whether that's we've tried to push people into YouTube channels, tried to push people into going back to school, trying to push people into learning how to invest. Trying to push people into understanding there's more than just rideshare.
Well, yeah.
And the way we go about it is by, and for us on this channel, right, we try to show people but doing that by showing what we're doing. Now, it might not fit in the context of what everybody out there thinks it should be.
I get that.
But every 3 months, we take a haircut as drivers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the more we take a haircut, we're already in debt. And I'm not going to say how we're in debt. People are in debt. All right. Go ahead.
Can I directly, actually, because we're all older than Buddha. Buddha, how old are you?
I just barely turned 27 3 days
the
ago.
Hell you mean barely turned 27?
Here's my advice to you from Uncle Serge.
Wait, what did you say, Serge?
Here, my advice to you. Can you spare $100 a month?
Oh yeah, easy.
What are you doing something with it?
No.
Okay, let me tell you. This is valid for everyone, because old, young doesn't matter. So if you invest $100 a month, just a month, $100.
Mm-hmm.
So the retirement age in the U.S. is 65, or early official retirement. Let's say 67. So you have 40, right? You're going to live. I'm sure you're going to live to 67.
Yeah.
If you put $100 in an index fund for the next 40 years, just $100 a month, nothing more, and let it go, and dollar cost average, whatever that is, every Monday or every first of the month, you buy $100 worth of an index fund. Let it be spiders, let it be triple Qs, whatever it is. Do you know in 40 years what that $100 a month is going to turn into? This is outside your 401k. This is outside your IRA. This is outside your earnings, outside your W-2 if you get it one day. You know how much money that's going to turn into?
Probably like 1.2.
Exactly, 1.25 million, right? Would you like to have 1.25 million in 40 years?
A little bit more than that, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this is just extra money that you just
No,
away
yeah,
$100.
of course.
That should be your pivot. Like, instead of going to Starbucks every day or every other day, spending $7 on a latte or buying some junk food, just put that money, save that money, put it away. Then this is for everyone, right? Old, young. If you're 40 years old, 50 years old, do it for 20 years. Do it for 15 years.
Right.
Just that's
See,
the pivot.
This
The
is
pivot
what
is that.
Well,
Pivot
that's a pivot. Yes, that's a pivot.
Well,
That's a long-term.
No, that's a
pivot,
long-term benefit. Yeah.
The long term is going to come to all of us, right? Time is
100%.
Yeah, but how do you get there?
How do you get where?
Okay, I mean, what I'm saying is the idea of pivoting is getting away from doing rideshare as soon as possible. But your long-term goal is a good goal, but what's going to be continuously feeding you the money that's going to be giving you that extra $100?
Well,
it's like, what are you doing now to
the reason
improve
all of
yourself
us
now?
are doing the pivot. The reason all of us are still doing rideshare is because nothing that we can do can replace rideshare and get the easy money that we can with the flexibility that we have. That is the only reason we're doing rideshare.
Right. True enough.
And as many people as complain, which I know a lot of you complain, and rightfully so. We are still going to be doing this a year from now, 2 years from now, and talk about it and bitch and moan. But the next morning, we're all going to turn those out and go get that money. And this has been going on for 10 years, and it's going to go on for another 10. While those 10 are going and you're looking for your immediate pivot, keep investing. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that's your salvation. What I'm saying is that people are doing rideshare still in more numbers than any other time on the planet ever. It's because there's nothing to replace it. If there was some replacement, trust me, everybody would quit rideshare.
Well, see, and not and that's
and
the
I
whole
just don't
thing,
believe
right?
everybody's replacement's the same thing.
Exactly, and I also don't believe that everybody's stuck in rideshare. They might be trapped in it at the moment,
right?
But that doesn't mean that they're stuck in it. And so what we try to do is, because Sergio, like you say, every show does it, bro. Every show does it. Your show, our show, Driver's Coast. It's every show, right? It's the. I was telling Stephen, God Lord, here comes Stephen. I was telling Stephen this earlier today, or was it last night? It was last night. He asked me my honest opinion, and I gave it to him. I said every week we talk about the same shit. Every week it's the same problems. Every week it's the same fucking thing over and over and over and over. And every 2 to 3 months, we take another haircut and we sit here and we pound our chest and we do our best to try to help people know that, hey, we give a shit. But what does it matter? We have zero control over what these apps do, right? But what we have 100% control over is what we do, how we react to it, and what we do to get ourselves the hell up out of here. That's why the garage isn't like other shows. And there's nothing. Your show is phenomenal, King Dingaling, bro. And you guys dig into the shit. No, let me finish, and then you can go. I'm starting to get it now. Okay, I'm starting to sweat. Starting to sweat, Sergio. No, I'm joking, brother.
I am. All I'm saying is, look, a lot of people think this is the only thing they can do, and they don't look around of what they're capable of doing. And this rideshare thing is more mental than physical, to be honest with you, because it is so easy just to turn that app on and make something. Doesn't have to be
laziness.
profitable.
But it's laziness. It's laziness. Yeah. And if don't nobody push you, then you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be right there again, like you just said. A year from now, 2 years
Yeah.
from now, 5
Yeah.
years from now, you're going to be driving to 21 cents a mile.
Yeah.
You know what it's going to be? You know what's going to be, Sergio? It's going to be like the old gold mines and the old
Yeah.
silver mines when they were discovering California. The goddamn company is going to own the house, the grocery store, the tools, and the rent. And you're going to have to, out of
So,
every dollar you make, you're going to make 10 cents.
right. But while you're doing that, if you're investing on the side, while those
And
years
there it
are
is. I like how
flying
you tied
by,
that
while
back
those
in.
years are flying
I like
by,
how you tied that back in.
at
Yep.
least
Good
do
job.
something. At least do something.
Oh,
So
100%.
when the years flying by, and then 5 years goes by, if you just even did it for 5 years, you will have a substantial amount of money that you can depend on to do something else. Because as we all know, saying pivot is easy. You need money to make money. Other things that, we talk about, the YouTube channel and this and that. Yeah, I mean, they're just a little bit here and there, but we know how
really?
bad YouTube is, worse than Uber, actually. So my thing
No,
is,
I disagree with you there.
no, I mean, no, as far as pay, as far as the algorithm changing and all that shit, right? So my thing is,
YouTube fucks with
to be
theirs.
able to, maybe you have an idea one day, you need some funds, you're going to go to the bank, they're not going to let you borrow the money. Well, now you invested for saved, please save for a few years, and then you have substantial amount of money that you can depend on that can help you pivot, as opposed to just say pivot, but without money, you can't make money. And let it be whatever it is, whatever you want to do. But
we
I
can
think
continue that conversation off, because I think I don't want to. I'm not discounting what you're saying. I agree with you 100%. I know what you're saying is correct. You know this, right? But I'm also saying is that to sit there and say, well, that there's nothing else you can do, that the only way you're going to be able to get out of rideshare is with money, is I just think that's bullshit. Because
no,
YouTube,
I didn't say
they
that.
call
No, I didn't say that.
YouTube University, you can
Okay.
learn to do whatever you want to do basically on YouTube.
No, I
on
get
the
that. I
internet.
get that. No, I fully
So
get
I'm
that.
just saying
I'm
people
just
can pivot
saying,
into other things.
I get that. I'm just saying for each individual, right? I think they have so much more capability than they allow themselves or they see themselves in. And most people don't tap into that. They feel stuck and they feel whatever, right? Exploited and taken advantage of and this and that. I don't have that victim mentality. So my thing is, stop playing the victim. Go get your shit together, straighten the shit up, start investing. Look, financial freedom is nothing to do with doing Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft will get you to financial freedom if you save your money and invest it correctly and do different things. A lot of people are going to say, well, fuck, we don't have a pot to piss in. What are you talking about? $100 a month. Okay, don't do $100 a month, do $50 a month. Don't go to
Exactly.
McDonald's.
I agree with you there. 100%.
Don't go to McDonald's and eat a Happy Meal for $10 or a Big Mac, or don't make your own sandwich before you go out. We know a lot of Uber drivers have unhealthy habits. They eat junk food all the time. They look for the deals, $5 here, $5 there, $5 here, $5 there, right? Save that fucking money, go put it in an index fund. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I just need to speak to Dom K. Sergio isn't being rude. Who said he was being rude? Did somebody say Sergio was being rude? Because I didn't hear that. No, don't start that shit, bro. Don't start that. Sergio and I are good. Sergio and I are good, bro. If we weren't good, we wouldn't be having conversations. Don't put that shit out.
I'm saying we're having two important conversations. Yes, long-term planning is a good thing, and saving is a good thing, but also being able to. We're having a conversation where we're saying that there's things that you need to do in order to move on from rideshare as soon as possible.
Take it how you want. That's not offensive at all. Dom K, I don't understand. I don't know what's going on over there, buddy. You might want to rethink what you're typing there.
I'm not even looking at the chat. Look, that's not the issue. The issue is doing rideshare is fine. Please, all I'm saying is, yes, you may be looking for the short-term pivot, but the long-term pivot to true financial freedom is saving money. In this country, we don't save money. A married couple of 35 in this country, they have $500 in savings, and they have gone through college, they have jobs, they have W-2s. We need to save fucking money. We need to save money. You need to save money. You can't just go have a budget. How many rideshare drivers have a budget?
100%.
Have a budget.
Not that
Yeah,
many.
but I mean, but you're also, I mean, and I agree with that, but you're also being stimulated and led by people that don't believe in budgets, that only believe in credit. I'm saying all your biggest examples. I'm not talking about for successful. I'm talking about the government is a prime example of a system that doesn't believe in budgeting. They believe primarily in spending money that they don't have.
That's why they're mortgaging, unborn people's kids' future.
And actually, all these companies that are too big to fail believe the same thing, because when everything crashed, they were the first ones with their hands out talking about save me, save me. Yep. All the companies that actually had the money got screwed, didn't get a dime.
Hence, right? You got to look out for yourself, because those big
100%,
companies and the bank, the big companies and the banks can do this, go to the government, do this, but we can't do that, right?
Yep.
We don't have rich parents. We don't have whatever. So that's why you need to take care of yourself. And when you
unsigned
do take care
checks,
of yourself, budget is a key. I mean, if I ran my house like the U.S. government, I'd be broke like 30 times over by now.
Exactly.
And
and instead of just having a bunch of meetings talking about how you did this and that, you'd actually go to jail.
Absolutely, yeah.
Ogard says setting goals is good, but chasing the dollar can lead to misery. Usually people make more, spend more, and still depressed. More money, more problems, bro. Biggie said it best.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
The most depressed people are the richest people I know, actually.
Yeah. Look, making money ain't never been depressing. Never. It's depressing. It's depressing when you feel like you can't learn a new skill, that's bullshit. If you get up off your ass and go out here and
that's the whole thing. That's what we've been talking about. That's why I wanted clarification with Sergio. Sergio's talking about one type of pivot, right? His is a pivot, and what we preach on here is a pivot as well. So I just want to, I think they both carry equal weight. Do what oh God, what was his name? Michael J. Wright. Michael J. Wright. The actor, karate actor.
Michael J. White. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael J. White.
Yeah.
He said in an interview, one of the best interviews I ever seen. He said the first 15 minutes of the day he spends for his future. The rest of the day he lives in the moment, working for the moment, dealing with what he needs to deal with for the moment. And that's kind of what Sergio is saying.
Yeah.
Take $100 a month, put it away, right? Invest it in something. Don't just stuff it under the mattress. Although sometimes under the mattress might be a safe place too. We never know with these fucking banks, right? But the point is to invest it. Well, listen, I still got coffee cans, so I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. That's a real deal thing there.
The thing is, talking about, Vinny.
Oh, yeah, I got coffee. Oldest coffee cans. What the hell?
Quaker Oat box.
But the point is you do a little now.
Vinny, first learn how to invest in yourself by educating yourself, by learning stuff. Forget about, even if you're not going to do the $100, just learn about new stuff. I mean, just have an open mind, right? And
that's what we're saying.
Yeah. I know, but how many of this audience is doing it? How many of our audience is doing it? And I'm like at the point of like, we're saying the same thing, but I don't think anybody is following, right? And I'm hoping and praying to God that some people, right, are doing the right things and will have at some point. I would dare to ask this question to your crowd here, but
ask.
How many of you have a rainy day fund that has $3,000 in it? There you go. Floating Tesla says he does.
Oh, we got $1,000.
Yeah. So my thing is the thing is all I'm saying is rideshare is rideshare. Rideshare is not a career. Rideshare will always be there. These companies are not going anywhere. And yes, sometimes you may have to work for 20 cents maybe in the future. I don't know, 20 cents a mile. But it is something that gives you enough cash to pay bills. And all I'm saying is out of that money that you're getting, Just save some of it and invest some of
Of
it.
course.
That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
You know.
Well, Sergio, you told me when I first met you, when we first started kind of having conversations, you told me the reason why you're doing what you're doing is to help people. Right? You're giving back to the community.
That's all.
And that's the beautiful thing about it.
I can't. I'm very fortunate in life. I'm blessed. I'm financially secure, but I've made my mistakes. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect, not even close. But I know money, and I know it makes the world go around. I'd rather have it than not have it, because I know how miserable it is not to have money. I know how phone bills due or electric bills due, and then you're forced to go out and drive for these bastards to make that payment, right? Which is, you don't want to be there, right?
Right.
You want to do it in a way that it's just kind of, let's just mess around and, get our money and go. But unfortunately, most drivers are not in that situation. And the reason for that is companies don't pay enough. And we know for a fact, for the last 4 years, your earnings, or any average driver's earnings, have not kept pace with inflation. It's just not. And that's also finance. And if you knew about finance, if you just knew a little bit about finance, or pay attention to these things, as opposed to just paying attention to the World Series or whatever, which I'm saying you don't do that as well, but at least educate yourself that, shit, man, 10 years ago, I went to Costco with $100. I walked out with 12 items because everything was $7.99. Yeah, yesterday I went to Costco, walked out with 5 items because everything is $19.99. It's the same damn $100.
Yes,
On a nominal basis, the $100 looks exactly the same as it did fucking 10 years ago, except that it bought me nothing.
Well, that's what we say about down here. Down here,
and your earnings,
losing buying power.
Yeah, your earnings.
Well, down
did not keep pace with that. So,
down
and we're
here,
in an
we've
industry
had
that cuts rates constantly. So I'm going like, this is just.
We've
So
had
is
everybody
it
move
possible
down
for
here.
us is it possible for us as a panel to just give out a consensus? Because I mean, obviously, we're talking about two different ways to pivot. But if the viewer is watching us right now, well, we're talking about two different types of pivots, long term and short term.
Yes.
So if the viewer is watching us right now, we want to be a place where we're giving solutions. How can a viewer that's watching us right now actually pivot out of rideshare? If you guys can answer that.
Oh, to pivot out of rideshare on a momentary basis? No, they can't. They're stuck. They got to pay those bills. And they got to pay those bills. And that's what rideshare is good for. Just paying bills, basically using your car like an ATM machine and pay your bills. And at the end of the year,
you go. Well, here's something. Just like Vinny was just saying about those 15 minutes, that somebody's going to invest in order to invest in their future. But you can take time to do research, 15 to 30 minutes, and eventually take that 15 to 30 minutes after you're done doing research into something that you find passion and some interest in, and that's marketable. You can start self-teaching yourself, or use YouTube, whatever it might be, and actually research how you can get into that craft. It doesn't if you can do it every day, cool. 15 to 30 minutes. It's not going to eat your entire day. It's not going to stop you from doing your job. To say that you can't steal away 15 to 30 minutes or stay awake for 15 to 30 minutes longer and not turn on the TV instantly when you get home so that you can train yourself to pick up the skill is ridiculous.
That is 100%
look,
correct.
I'm a huge fan of trades. I believe like there's a new wave coming here, right? Go learn about AI. Go learn about how you can do certain things with it, how you can use it for yourself. More importantly, what AI cannot do that a human can do. I mean, I'm telling that to my son, who's 15, who's a high school student. I go, listen, screw college, bro. Go learn a trade, become an electrician, become a plumber, become a fucking contractor. And I don't think AI is going to build homes anytime soon in my lifetime anyway. So I'm going like, hey, no. I think that's overblown, Stephen. My thing is, you're always going to need to do things with your hands. Go learn how to do things with your hands. You know, and if you're not that handy, if you feel you're too old, you can't. You know, nobody's
You
telling you
realize
like
homes and whatnot are being
you know?
built by 3D printers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
what
it's endless.
Sergio is saying is you're still going to have somebody who knows how to, shingle a
Run the
roof,
damn thing.
tile the
I agree.
floor,
Yep.
Yeah,
fix
Put
the
the Lego
refrigerator,
place.
yeah,
fix the EV charger. You're still going to
yeah,
have people that
Yeah.
need to know how to do this.
Until
absolutely.
they standardize the format for all this stuff and then have a machine roll up and fix it.
Yeah, but that's so far
Yeah,
down
but
the road. You know, you
we're
can't.
down.
You
Yeah.
can't.
We're down the
You're
road on
looking
that.
at it
It's
as a
closer than
hurdle.
you
It's not
think.
a hurdle that's not here. If the hurdle is not here, I'm not going to think of jumping over it. When it gets here, I'll think about it. But I'm more interested in people thinking of their capacity being limitless, as opposed to saying I can only do rideshare. That's all I know, and
So
it's a
here's
horrible place to be.
especially out in in union states like New York and California, and I know you can do it here in Florida because I helped write and build a apprenticeship program for the trade show industry. Okay, you can do your apprenticeship right in a trade,
Yeah,
and then drive Uber and Lyft when you're off from the apprenticeship.
absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely.
but that was my point earlier. While Sergio is also suggesting, and see, we got to reframe this a little bit. I think Sergio is suggesting put money away for the future. Take a little piece. Take a little
Yeah,
piece. Just a little
that's
piece.
it.
$20, $50, $100, whatever it is. Buy
Mhm.
fractional shares. Buy like he said. Buy ETFs. Buy whatever it is. Invest in something. Dividend stocks. AT&T is a cheap stock to own. They have a really good dividend. You can get into that. There's always something, and then you take the dividends and just keep reinvesting it. Invest. What's
I mean, I know
AT&T
that.
stock?
Look, I
It's
know
under
this.
$20.
This is a rideshare channel, but you know, and so is ours. But you know, we all have kids. We all have acquaintances. We all have uncles and brothers and sisters, right? That's what we need to do. That's the community that's important. You know, rideshare is here, whatever, come and go on. But my thing is not just advice in general for rideshare drivers how to pivot and do this and do that. Go talk to your people. Make this kind of conversation at the dinner table as opposed to some useless Kardashian bullshit or some Instagram bullshit that people talk about, right? And to me, it's like that's the most important thing. The important thing is,
So
you know, you
So
have
I
to
want to
start
bring
somewhere and let that be today. That's it.
I want to bring this up because I think it's important. I think it's important. If y'all don't think it's important, we ain't got to talk about it. But we're going to talk about it anyway. So right now on YouTube, we've done YouTube classes to help people get there. And Sergio, just bear with me for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's a young lady right now that's making the rounds on YouTube, Dodash, right? I've been a follower of hers for a while, way before she blew up, right? And she does DoorDash. And her name, Dodash, Dough, like a donut, Dodash, smart, very smart. Anyway, recently in the last 5 or 6 weeks, she has blown up. She went from less than 1,000 subs to 43,000 subs. Okay. She just tonight did a short video with her second YouTube AdSense check. So the first check was for like just under 7,000, and the one she got today was for like just under 9,000. So now she's got $17,000 in her hand that she didn't have coming. And now I'm curious to see as to what she's going to do with that. Is she going to reinvest in her YouTube career and her newfound fame and try to become better at what she does? Is she going to invest that to go into school? I mean, what is she going to do? And the point to this is she learned the skills, the same skills that we all learn. We're all learning. Listen, we're on YouTube now. YouTube gives us this platform to preach to Sergio's point, to reach out to other people. And that's what we've always tried to do. And I know that's what Sergio and them and Chris and Harry and them
I hope she
are
doesn't
over there
go.
trying to do.
I hope she doesn't go buy something for herself.
She's pretty smart. Latoya's pretty smart. She's a pretty smart girl from what I can see. Hopefully she's hopefully she's gonna be all right.
She's almost at 50,000 subs.
Yep.
48.9.
And she has inspired thousands, and I mean thousands of people to start YouTube channels. You know how I know this? Because they're all showing up in my fucking feed all of a sudden. You know, and they're all kind of, it's like all of them are just, all these people are there. I'm like, holy shit, where the hell? I don't get SN Show Me the Money Club notifications, but I got some. I don't know who the hell this chick is. Now all of a sudden notifying in my damn comments, man.
Well, that's
Jesus
because you
Christ.
watched her video before and Algo pushes it to you. But that means you don't watch it. That's
No.
what the
I
problem
watched DoDash. Yeah, no, I ain't watched. No.
Okay,
Anyway,
no, but Vinny,
there we go.
as
Yes,
you know, YouTube, right? YouTube is like a snowball thing, and it's not an immediate pivot either. It takes time.
It does take
How long
time.
has she been
Of
around?
course it does.
How long has she been around?
Who?
Takes a
DoDash?
while.
4 years.
Yeah,
4 years.
exactly. Okay, so it takes 4
years.
years. It's not this immediate pivot that we're talking about.
No,
And
but you know what? It takes time to learn, Sergio. Doing
I know,
YouTube is
but
not easy. Like
No,
I know
it's
you
not.
got Chris helping you. Chris had a very successful couple of YouTube channels before he got on to over there with Rideshare guy with Harry, right?
Right.
And I would assume he's helping you build your channels out. But he
Yeah,
didn't know how to
he's
do
my
that
YouTube
in a
channel
day.
manager. Yeah,
Right.
he's my
But he
YouTube
didn't know how to do that in a day. It took him time to figure it out.
Yeah,
He
no.
had to build
Okay,
it
so
up. That's like going to
you-
school. It's the same shit.
I agree, and you know, I am all for, right, whatever she's doing, whatever anybody is doing, right. I'm just looking at the investment long-term angle of the play because I think it's completely neglected. I think
Yeah.
our schools,
we agree.
our schools at elementary school can teach about sex to a 7-year-old, but they cannot teach
Agreed.
about investing at fucking elementary
Agreed.
school, right?
Agreed.
So this is not political, people. Don't get
Yeah,
pissed
they
off.
don't want to teach you that. That's the
No,
problem.
they don't want to teach you that because they want you to stay dependent.
Kings
Yes.
and peasants.
Yeah.
And
Kings
I
and
am
peasants.
not. I want to get everybody off the tit. Get off the credit card tit. Get off the dependency tit because you can't do it on your own. You just got to educate and trust yourself that initially it'll sound like a mountain coming at you, just whatever,
Right.
well, you know. But it's not that difficult, man. It's really not that difficult.
Well,
So-
and it's a big system of you got to be able to. Sorry, to tell yourself no.
Yeah.
You got to be able to tell yourself no sometime. And a lot of this is just like you said. Even in the rideshare game, it's instant gratification. Press a button and start up your car and start making money. So, but part of it is so many people want the instant gratification or want to kick the can down the road and don't want to deal with the pain. And it's like, I don't want to have to tell myself I can't get that caramel latte, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's the new generation, though. That's what they do. That's the marketing machine that we have in this country. That's all of the above.
And it's, because I was going to say, it's not even new. I mean, this game has been played by almost for generations. And and like you said, suckling on the teeth. Follow this mindset that I can be just like the machine, and I'll have infinite coins to throw into this machine. You don't.
Yeah, exactly. And I think these things have absolutely destroyed, the human brain. I mean, right here, right?
Have they though? Wait, Sergio, have they? Wait. No, I got a question. I got to push on that a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm going to argue for his point.
I don't think the smartphone has ruined you. I think some of the applications you have on that smartphone has ruined you.
Smartphone has brought the expectation of instant gratification. Okay. Number one. Number two, smartphone has destroyed how humans communicate with each other, which is the most important thing, which is what humanity is based on. Smartphones also have done the worst damage to a new generation, which they think what they see here is 99% correct. Mm-hmm. Smartphones have done nothing but lie to you.
No.
Not the general smartphone. Okay, I agree with you.
Thank you. Well, you got to.
Smartphones have accelerated the process, right?
Yeah,
we used to write a letter. And it would go by mail, and you get the bad news a week later. Now you get the bad news, good news, sideways news within a millisecond. Is it a good thing, really?
Oh, yeah.
Are humans really kind of, is our DNA really to?
They've adapted.
We have not evolved that much. We're still the Neanderthals, but now through the smartphones, some of us can cope with it, some of us cannot.
We're still
through the smartphones, we need to multitask. But some of us are not good to multitask. We're only good at one thing, and maybe we could do that.
Right.
I'm not saying
And
this
you
is
look at most people's time on their phone, and they're sucked into certain apps.
yeah 90% of people's usage of smartphones is being on some fucking app, flipping up and flipping sideways.
Okay, but Sergio, that's a choice that the individual makes, right?
Right.
I'm pushing back on it. I'm being devil's advocate a little bit. But hold on. If something happens to, God forbid, something happens to somebody's in their family, right? This makes it accessible to get them where they need to go as fast as they can get there.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Right.
I'm not.
So
Look, I'm not saying it's all bad.
it's some of the apps. It's the apps on the phone and the
Well-
people's choices and decisions on the phone. Which
Well,
and I'm going to tie this. I'm going to tie this into this. It's like I always told my kids, raising my kids. Now I got 4 beautiful adults. Okay, all 4 of them are successful. Okay, you don't go to school to get a good job. You go to school to get an education. So you be your own business. You can be your own boss, own your own business, and that to me is the difference. For generations, they've raised everybody to be peasants. I always say this: kings and peasants. The kings always raise the peasants to be more peasants. Work 40 years in a cubicle. I said this the other day. Work 40 years in a cubicle to fucking die 2 years after when you can't even collect your pension yet. Like, God rest my dad's soul. That's what happened with him. Turned 55, pancreatic cancer, never got his goddamn pension. Okay? So I agree with you. But these things have also made people tons, given people tons of financial freedom. And so as for as many bad apps as we can find, I know I'm being semantics here, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you that if you look at this, right? If you look at this as a pastime, like, you know, I'm just trying to kill half an hour, I'm waiting for something and flip through it and do whatever. I am looking at it as how many people, Vinny, look at this as an educational informational tool versus an entertainment tool, right? Most of us do it for entertainment.
And it's social engineered to be that way.
Some shit, right? I'm going like and we are we're the older generation. You know, you think about the new generation, holy crap, bro. I know what my kids watch because I have, you know, through Verizon, I can see what they're watching to a point. And they watch nothing but this garbage TikTok bullshit, which is like poison of all poisons, man.
It's
and
all
like,
dopamine.
But
dopamine.
yeah, you know, hey, people make decisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can take them to the lake, Sergio. You can take people to the lake. You can't make them jump in and swim.
But
that's true. Yeah,
even the physical design of the phone is all about social engineering. They are they purposely design these things to manipulate people.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, you are a result of every choice you've ever. You are right where you are based on every decision that you, as a child, as a teenager, and as a grown-ass man, have made.
I agree with that. But I'm saying there's a system in place, just like, you know, there's a system in place forcing the mentality of kings and peasants, the machine, not just understanding what kings and peasants is, but forcing the mentality into people.
I know you and I had a conversation. We started going down that road last night.
So that's why I'm saying just as much as that's true, manipulating social engineering and manipulating people to be sucked into these systems, people should take responsibility for their own actions. I agree.
100%.
But people are still gullible. People still fall in line with things that they're either used to or social engineered to follow.
Right. I agree with all of that. I agree with everything you're saying, Stephen. Right. But that's why we're here.
Right.
That's why we say pivot out. Whatever pivot is. Maybe Sergio doesn't agree with the word pivot, but it's a pivot.
I agree with the word. I agree with the
but I'm not disagreeing with any of that. But you can't make people change. They gotta want to change.
Right.
They gotta be tired of it. They gotta be so sick of it that it just reeks out of their fucking pores. Right? They're tired of getting punched in the face. They're tired of getting beat up. And until that moment happens, you know what the thing about addiction is? You know when people can cure their addiction? When they make a fucking decision I quit smoking after 30 years, cold fucking turkey, and never went back. I quit drinking after the military and never went back because I made a decision. It wasn't until I made that decision. And if you're going to tell me rideshare is more addictive than a drug, I'm going to tell you you're full of shit.
Well, it's because rideshare, you know, it's associated with money, right? And money is probably the most powerful human,
and that's why I said earlier,
right? And some people are more susceptible to certain drugs than others.
Yeah, you know,
that's
but,
what my whole point
like,
was when I said rideshare, Uber, and Lyft is the OnlyFans of rideshare. It's the click of the button, and you can start making money. Yeah. Now I can work now with the whole thing with technology and these smartphones. This is supposed to be the information age, and more people are dumber than they ever been. The only thing is that I could push back as far as with the information age is it makes it more easier to find information when you want to look for it. And then the materials that you find, how do you assess and put that into your everyday life? That's also a choice. Some people will find information and then do nothing with it. And then
that just goes that just goes back to you can't, all you can do is offer it, preach to it, right? Like Sergio doesn't have to do what he's, hell, none of us have to do what we're doing. We choose to do it because we want to help.
Yeah. And I piggyback from Sergio. That's where I come in. Yeah, I can keep my day job, get a night job, get a weekend job, still do Uber, still do Lyft, do DoorDash, Uber Eats. And let's say if I put in $200 a month, $400 a month, I'm working myself and having all these revenue streams because remember back in the day, you had day shift, early afternoon, you had 6 to 2, 2 to 10, 11 to 6. It was just in that revolving circle. Either you can be able to get the day job, or you could even be able to get the night job, or you could be able to get the afternoon job, wherever it was part-time or full-time. Now everything is all over the place. Technology has grown so far to a point. Only thing you can find is a day job. Now,
so my son, my son, let me break you off there for a minute, Thomas. Sorry. My son was working 3 jobs at one time before he got married. He was working 3 jobs, literally working 3 jobs. Wrecked one of my cars because he fell asleep coming home from one of them jobs, right? Thank God he was safe. Fuck the car. The car could be replaced.
Yes.
The point is that people have, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you pivot. Right. At the end of the day, you got to want to pivot. And to what some people are saying in the comments is that people just don't want to. Yeah. And us as YouTubers, right? People on the internet, we have to respect and understand that too. But for those that want to get out, that's what we got to be here for. Yeah. That's what we should. That's why I do what I do. That's what Sergio does what he does. Correct. That's why he does what he does. Steven, Tom, Tony, right? Buddha, even some people that I can't fucking stand, that I would absolutely take a swing at if I could. Okay. Right? Even those people got something to offer. Yeah. It ain't but 2 I'd want to do that too, but I'm just saying. And if they swing back, I'd probably get hurt, but that's okay. I got mine in. Anyway, the point is that, you know, people got to want to change. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what they got to start with, and I'm gonna go all the way back to what we first started with, the first topic of the evening, before we wrap this up. Okay, is drivers have to respect themselves. They got to understand that they're more than a fucking driver. They got to understand that regardless of what that person in the back seat thinks, no matter how much they try to flex on you, no matter how much they try to pick on you, no matter what Dara does or Richard does with all their bullshit. Oh, we're going to go driving today so we can see how it is to be a driver. You don't know fucking shit because you don't have to pay your fucking light bill with it. Now, you've done good in your life. Yes. To where you don't have to pay your light bill with it. That's awesome. But now how about helping everybody else get there too? And see, they don't do that. That's not their job. No. Their job
But
was to come in,
that goes
cut the
to what
bills.
Steven said, though. That goes to what Steven said. They don't want to do that, right? They want to create that dependency. They want to create these 4 million, 5 million dependent people to them, that they are thinking that without rideshare, I can't do shit. Without rideshare, I can't pay my bills. Without rideshare, I cannot, buy food. That's not what rideshare should be about. Rideshare should be about you make your money, you save your money, you know your budget, you know what it is, and then so that it gives you the chance to break out. Because why do something that you hate so much? And it wears out on you mentally, physically. It wears out on you. If you get in a car every morning saying, "Oh fuck, I have to turn this app on again. Oh fuck, look at this $2.40 trip again," right? It wears you down, and then you're literally shortening your life. You're just
Listen, same
Well,
thing.
that's what
Same
happened
thing.
in the old days.
Yep.
With
It's
the
called
plant.
postal syndrome. It was called postal syndrome.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I can talk a lot about syndromes. I can it could be abused wife syndrome. It could be a Stockholm syndrome. It could be Pavlov's. Because when we hear that little ping, we go like, "Oh my god, there's money. It equals money." I mean, like no.
That's
All of a sudden
crazy.
you hear somebody else's app go off and you're reaching for your phone. Like, wait, what?
I've done it a million times. I have done it a million times. I'd be eating at a restaurant. I hear the Uber ping. I go like, "What the fuck?"
I'm looking at
I've done it. I know.
I'm like a little dog. I'm like,
Looking at
hold on.
like a trained dog. Like, what?
It's crazy as fuck. You say that, Sergio, you say that shit, and it's so true because I'll be in the Discord. Steven can tell you this. I have a soundboard that has the Uber fucking I press it randomly as fuck, and everybody's like, "Oh, I think I got a ride."
They're looking at the phone. They're all like this.
And then it's like, "Oh, it's fucking Buddha again playing with the stupid sound."
No, sometimes when we're doing some of the tests that we do, and then we play the video, right? And then we notify the chat that okay, it's not your app, it's our app. When the pinger goes up, I bet you 400 people in the app, they're immediately looking at their phones.
They're looking at the
phone, knowing the app is off. And I'm going like, yeah.
Oh,
so
at the
all
airport,
I'm saying,
bro.
man, look, listen, all it is that what Vinny said actually takes precedence, which is you need to want to change. And don't be a goddamn lazy ass.
Yeah,
exactly.
Want to change before I'm telling you, man, a lot of people today, they just want that. You know how those little chicks are that come out of the little egg, right? They go like, asshole, go do something, go work. We all are like, here, put it here. Like, no, I'll take it up your ass. I'm like, it's not gonna work.
But there's another part to that, Sergio. It's those scary word that starts with the D that nobody wants to deal with, and that's discipline.
No Diddy.
Discipline. Hearing, it's like all of a sudden, what do you mean discipline? What do you mean I have to be strict with myself on something? What?
I'm gonna be honest. I suck at being self-disciplined 1,000%. I can't
28 days to develop.
So take that $100.
Yeah,
take that
like
$100. Start investing. Hustling Buddha. Take that $100.
Hey,
Start doing it.
Sergio. He said he made $450 today. Have him cash app you $100 so you can put it in a sock drawer for him.
Well, I sure hope. I'm telling you, because I know where he is. He's in LA. I see him often, probably not as often as I like to, but let me tell you something, man. If you don't have, fuck all this shit. If you don't have a Roth IRA, go open a Roth IRA on Robinhood and dump that money in there. Okay, $100.
Oh, Robinhood!
Yeah, $100 a month. $100 a month. Forget the week.
Weeble. Get away from.
Okay, Weeble, whatever you have. I don't care.
Thank you.
Just dump it in there. Yeah. Open a Roth IRA. Just dump.
You know what, Buddha? I'm gonna do something for you next week, buddy.
Oh God.
I'm gonna do something for you next week.
You won't do it. That's why.
Oh, he'll do it. He'll fucking do it. I'll fly to LA and fuck him up.
And you can.
I'm gonna watch.
Brandon,
my name ain't Omar. Ain't Brandon.
Brandon has said it. Omar has said it. Everybody has said, "Oh, I'm gonna come to LA and I'm gonna whoop Buddha's ass." What they first do?
No. That's not what I said. That's not. Whoa. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
What did you say?
What did I say? I say, I'm gonna show you something next week. You're gonna do it, or I'm gonna come out to LA and fuck you up. I said I was gonna beat you up. I said I was gonna fuck you up. All I got to do is walk around that damn car of yours with some duct tape removal. Your car will fall apart and you'll be fucked up. What the hell?
Hey, dog, look, dog. I got
Buddha,
some
who's
good
this look?
special
Buddha, who's this look like?
on that movie.
Buddha, who's this look like?
Yeah. Yeah, because I can tell you, I can totally agree with Sergio on that, because definitely, yeah, you're gonna have to make money to do it, but do you want to do it is usually the thing, because of course,
you got to have the knowledge to know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And
That's
that starts with wanting to change. That's the first thing, man. You got to want to change,
and just
Knowledge
know
is
it's gonna
power.
take all your time.
And you know what? And let me tell you something. Just because you read it in a book or watch it on a video, or somebody sits there and hand guides you through it, doesn't mean you understand it. You still got to put in the time to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
Experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. And so you got to go through it no matter what.
Get your car in the race. And then go hit a few walls, and then you'll figure it out. All I know is
rubbing is racing, baby.
All
right, we are going to it's 11:03. We're gonna shut this one down.
No, I'm kidding.
You better put that $100 away, bro, every month.
Yeah,
I
bro.
swear to God, I know where you live.
Buddha,
I can get where you. I know where you live, and not only I know where you live, I can get it from Uber where you live. So I'm not gonna worry about that.
Oh, really now?
Oh, really now? Yeah.
Come on, Sergio. Let's be honest. Nobody driving up that Cajon Pass, dog.
Well,
Trust
let
me.
me tell you something. You better start investing in your future. Okay. I mean, I know you're dicking around now. You're living with your parents, this and that. No, man. Invest in your future, man. That's it. 450
You ain't got no excuses, Buddha.
Put $25 away every day. Every day, put $25 away. Put $200 a month. If you're swimming in cash, you made $450 today.
Right.
There you go.
I'd have paid my light bill again. I have a credit on that boy. I'm messing around.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna wrap this one up. I want to thank everybody in the chat, everybody that stopped by tonight. We had a good little number tonight. We're building the show back up again after being absent for about 6 weeks. We're getting back there, and we're gonna keep this thing going. Look for everybody's channel. Starting next week, man, I'll start getting everybody's channel listed again in the description. Steven, we got to make sure that we get everybody's channel that has a channel in there so people can go follow them. Buddha, Sergio.
Vinny, did you read my What's Under My Name? Did you read What's Under My Name? That's going to be
I saw that. Bulls make money. Bears make money. Pigs get slaughtered. Don't be a pig, motherfucker. Don't be a pig.
Right. And tomorrow is Halloween. Tomorrow is Halloween. If anybody goes to the airports or takes nature hikes, I'm going to personally find you and deactivate your account. Number two, here's the tip of the day. Put your goddamn destination filter wherever the busiest part of the town is, just surging from one point to the other by about 5 miles. Stay in the hot zone. Do short but nothing surge trips, because this is the only time it's going to surge in LA tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. So if you're not in LA, do the same shit in your own city. If you need to make money tomorrow. Tomorrow is as big, probably not as big, it's probably bigger than New Year's Eve. So tomorrow and the weekend coming up, because people will party Friday, Saturday for Halloween.
A lot of scantily clad women gonna be out there tomorrow.
Oh, God damn it.
God damn
it. I had to put him in timeout for that one.
There you go.
Listen, buddy, you don't understand. Thomas, you don't understand, bro. My wife listens back to every video and every podcast when she's busy at work with her little earbuds in, and then I get these little text messages. What the fuck you mean? My wife don't curse, but I get the what the fuck you mean. Okay,
You're like, what are you talking about, wife?
This is how this goes.
Right.
Okay, so now you know what's coming, right? Like next week when she finally gets to this episode, What did he mean, scantily classed women? Who is in your? Can I see your dash cam, please?
Wow.
Thank you, Tom.
I didn't know.
Thank you,
happened
Tom.
was
Thank you,
it got
Tom.
uploaded.
Yeah, see what
It got
Footage got
So-
corrupted.
Wow.
Got corrupted.
Wow.
SD card
yeah,
malfunction.
yeah.
Hey, it's my bad.
All
My
right.
internet was bad. that
Anyway,
day.
I'm busting.
Yeah.
I'm busting Thomas.
Yeah.
I'm just. She does listen though. She does listen. She does listen. All right, y'all. Anyway, we are going to get up out of here. Like Sergio said, it is Halloween tomorrow, so be careful, man.
Yes,
Be
sir.
the treat, not the trick, man. Watch out for some of these banana heads. If you do not feel comfortable picking up a rider, don't pick them up. You have that app you got that feature in the app
Cancel.
now. You can cancel without penalty. Just hit not safe to pick up
Cancel.
and move on to your next ride. Don't be stupid, man. Don't be stupid.
Nope.
All right,
Dash cam
we're going
rolling.
around the horn, everybody.
Dash cam's rolling.
Steven, anything you want to say?
No, yeah.
Guess
Have a
not.
great night.
Buddha, anything you want to say?
I do.
Too late. Nick,
I do have
anything you
something
want
to say. No, I do have something to say.
Yes.
I do have
Well, you
something to
better
say.
hurry up. Nick's waiting. Let's go. Chop chop.
Listen to the people around you, even if it's good advice or stupid advice. It might change your mind a bit.
Turn it down for a
Okay, Nick, what you got? Let's go, Nick. Chop chop.
Disclaimer.
I ain't
everything
even
that
getting
we
to your
said-
ass tonight. I ain't even getting to your
Every
ass tonight,
disclaimer-
buddy.
Every disclaimer that we said tonight, this is not financial advice, but it is real advice, so you should pay attention to it.
Always real advice, bro.
Right.
All right. Tony, are you there? Tony? Oh, there he is. There's Tony. Dave Ramsey of Colorado. What do you got?
Well, you
I'm
said you were
still-
gonna wrap it up, and I was gonna say that's what she said.
But apparently she didn't say that to you.
Right.
Oh,
I was raised Catholic.
All right. So Joe, what do you got, buddy?
Oh, I already said it. Do short surge trips tomorrow night. Have the dash cam rolling. If you don't have a dash cam, you're an idiot. Specifically tomorrow night, you gotta have a dash cam. Stay healthy, be safe. But tomorrow should be a great night, and this weekend as well. So make that money. Go take $100 of it and start some sort of investment account. There you go.
Okay. Accounting Tom, what you got, buddy?
You know my whole thing. Always be aware of your surroundings. Look around. See these things. Look out for the potholes and potheads. Just
Amen to that. Amen to that. And I'm simply going to go right back to what I've been saying all day and for the last week, and I'm going to keep preaching it. You're more than a driver. Don't let them make you feel any less than you are. It's not about knowing your worth. It's about having self-respect. All right. With that, we're out of here. Steven, hit the music, buddy.
Yep.
See ya. Which one will be you?